This is an Algebra 1 Regent question from the June 2017 Regent. Graph the function f of x is equal to negative x squared minus 6x on the set of axes below. So one way we could do it is by making a table and choosing arbitrary x values and finding their corresponding f of x or y values. But there's an easier way to do it. If you graph this equation on your calculator, negative x squared minus 6x, and then you graph it, you see that the maximum x on the graph that they gave us for the question is 10, the maximum y is 10, f of x is 10, the minimum x is negative 10, and the minimum f of x is negative 10. You'll see that if you can graph it on your calculator with the same maximum x, maximum y by pressing zoom 6 for zoom standard. And that's what our parabola looks like. But how does that really help us if we need coordinates to actually graph it on our paper? If you press the second button and then you press the graph button again, you're really going into the table. And here we see a table of the values that the calculator used to graph this parabola. We can copy over these values to our table and then just graph them very easily without doing any work. So the first x value, negative 8, and its corresponding y value is negative 16. That doesn't help us because the minimum f of x value on our graph is only negative 10. Let's try the next one. Next one is negative 7 comma negative 7. We could use that one. And then the next one is negative 6 comma 0. That one helps us. Next we have negative 5 comma 5. Negative 4 comma 8. Negative 3 comma 9. Negative 2 comma 8. Negative 1 comma 5. 0 comma 0. 1 comma negative 7. And that's all that we could use because then we're by our y value for the next one, 2 comma negative 16. Negative 16 is too low down. Our minimum f of x value on the graph that they give us is only negative 10, so negative 16 will be off our graph. Let's graph the coordinates that we have. Negative 7 comma negative 7 is over here. Negative 6 comma 0. Negative 5 comma 5. Negative 4 comma 8. Negative 3 comma 9. Negative 2 comma 8. Negative 1 comma 5. 0 comma 0. And 1 comma negative 7. Now if we just connect these points, we have an accurate graph of the parabola f of x is equal to negative x squared minus 6x with doing very minimal effort, just punching it into the calculator and using the table that the calculator found to graph those coordinates.